afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Teresa Etsy. I'm an editor at Fast Company. I don't know how many people were here for some of the earlier presentations, but Fast Company is a magazine and a website devoted to business innovation. We recently launched a new site called Co-Create that talks exclusively about creativity as a driver of business, and we're especially interested in the areas where technology and brands and entertainment intersect.
Thank you for finishing your lunches early to come to listen to us. I'm not sure if this is a panel because there's only two of us. I would think it's probably more of a sort of face-off in some way because I kind of represent the media people and he's a tech geek. So let's call it a face-off rather than a panel. So look, what I would like to do for about probably 15 minutes is just to introduce you to some of the major themes in this year's PwC Global Entertainment and Media Outlook. Some of you will already be familiar with it because it's been around for 13 years. That doesn't mean it's 13 years old. It means we do it once a year for 13 years. And in that, I'm going to cover some of the key data that we see in terms of the forecasts for the industry. And then I'm going to refer to some of the key themes that are driving that, the change that we see.
I always have my laptop out when I'm watching TV. It's kind of, you know, I call us the multitasking generation.
Tenho sempre o computador ligado, eu estou no iPad, eu estou no iPhone, eu estou em tudo simultaneamente. Na realidade, eu acho que eu não foco em uma coisa, eu foco em 3, 4 ao mesmo tempo.
Sometimes it's the iPad mood, sometimes it's the iPhone mood.
有陣時我哋睇電視嘅時候咧，見到一啲有趣嘅話題，咁我好想同我突然間醒起有個朋友講嘅時候，我就會可能攞佢電話 WhatsApp 佢一下。
睇緊電視，如果賣廣告嘅時間咧，我會可能睇到個廣告啊，呢個產品介紹得唔錯喎，我都會用呢啲時間即刻上網去 check 下，究竟佢介紹嘅嘢啱唔啱我用，可能會即刻買添。
So what actually needs to, what actually needs to happen to make, we have now an expectation of, what we want from devices, what we want from our digital interaction. Mm-hmm. But what is it that actually needs to happen to make this a truly great experience?
So that's, we're actually trying to forecast that. And trying to forecast that through something we're calling the mobile innovation forecast, or a framework that will help identify what those specific kind of hardware and data components are in order to enable the expectation around that type of consumer interaction. And have a breakout here. If you look at kind of the core components, you're going to first start with what is the infrastructure speed. So what is the speed that the carriers can provide across 2G, 3G, 4G, 4G LTE, and the different types of next evolutions. And you look between now and 2015, that maintains itself as a steady kind of ingredient that's necessary in order to allow for that interaction. But then you have to bring it back to the device. And when you bring it back to the device, there's a separate requirement around having device connectivity speed that's really built on that type of radio that can allow for that type of interaction. And really there's a cost component there that is one of the most important pieces, and that really came more important from the movement from 3G to 4G, because the cost for that different type of radio frequency sensor is so much more that the cost per megabyte per dollar is really what drives that forecast.
I decide what video and TV content to watch primarily via word of mouth from my friends, write-ups on websites that I trust, and also based on who the creator of the content is.
If a TV program is reoccurring on a social networking site like Facebook or Twitter, then I start to get a little bit interested, so I'll go and check it out.
I'm always curious as to what's recommended to me, but I'm not always satisfied with it because they don't know me. Really, it's just the computer watching. But then every now and then it comes up with something that I really, really like.
Kijk, langzaamaan zie ik gewoon dus dat de kwaliteit van de content wordt steeds beter en beter. En dingen waar ik vroeger vond, dat is het niet waard om ervoor te betalen. Het wordt gewoon steeds mooier. En ja, dat vind ik gewoon leuk om dat dan te hebben en daar betaal ik graag voor.